Hey everybody, back's been way too long since I've tried to do these weird, awkward podcast, geekcast things. Um, However, I've kind of been motivated the last couple of days, and especially today, to kind of do just a podcast, geek rant, I guess, on a couple of companies that the giants I believe that have kind of fallen out of grace. First person I'm gonna call it today is Apple. Wow, meh, like everyone on the internet said. Boring, boring, boring. Yeah, the iPhone SE, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, whatever. Stop with the 16 gig models. That's ridiculous for the cost of storage right now. 32 gig should be your base model. I'm sorry, but if you're doing 4K video, you have to have a 32 gigabyte model as your base. I've been playing with 4K video since 4K video for consumers kind of has been out about 3 years now or so, and your space is gone so fast if you take 20-minute video of 4K video. I mean, that iPhone's gonna be gone. Basically, what I feel like they're trying to do right now with their thinness design philosophies. I'm sorry, but we've reached the peak of thinness. This is plenty good. I don't care. I don't want it this thin. I want this thing. I actually went out. My company bought me that I work at where I do my day jobs, IT work. I work as our smartphone desktop application administrator, and I'm kind of in charge of all our mobile devices and tablets in our firm, and have been since like 10 years ago. So I've seen the whole realm of Palm OS. Oh my God, BlackBerry taking over Palm OS, and then Windows Mobile. Well, the conversion from Pocket PC devices to Windows Mobile, and then Windows Mobile 6.5, which was the epic failure of Microsoft, which came out right when the iPhone did, and it was horrible. Oh my God, fucking smartphones 10 years ago sucked. They're so bad. And that was back when HTC was not a company that anyone knew. They made all the OEM phones like the T-Mobile MDA, all those variants of the smart flip phones with Windows Mobile is what they made. Okay, a little off topic there, sorry. That was just a history breakdown. But this thickness is fine. We should not go thinner than this because it becomes unrealistic to handle. And again, I don't care about thickness. I would rather have a fucking headphone jack. Fuck you for that. Even thinking about eliminating that. And I'm sorry, USB-C connectors. I have one USB-C connector on a MacBook that then I plug a fucking dongle cable into. What is this? Are we reverting back to the 90s again? I grew up in these eras, and I'm pissed. I have right now currently a Mac Mini as my main desktop. It's a late 2012 model. The last model I can upgrade my own memory and put 2 hard drives in. I just put in a 2 terabyte SSD drive, which will hopefully last me 2 more years. And I'm hoping within those 2 years, Apple pulls its head out of its own ass and makes me my Mac Mini I want. The reason Apple had gotten so popular, I think, recently, in the last 5 years, was their switch back to the Intel-based architecture, which allowed hackintoshing, and also in turn they made their devices upgradable without me paying this crazy amount of money for just a minimal performance boost because it's soldered on memory and thinness. My laptop this thick, that's perfect. I don't want it this thick. Unless I can roll it up like what I envision the future displays to be, I don't give an F about thickness. So stop it. Next up, refresh your fucking MacBook Pro, the big one that you can upgrade. Put a modern chipset and processor and GPU in it. That thing's running an Intel Core 2 Duo. Fuck you. Sorry, language kids. Earmuffs. This thing. Oh, look at this awesome button here. What does that do? Oh, that's all. I have one friend with an Apple Watch. You know what I would like that button to do? Bring up iTunes. I don't know, bring up Uber. Bring up anything I fucking want, not what you tell me I need. Your problem, Apple, is you're not listening to us anymore. Jony Ive or Ive or whatever the hell his name is, fuck him. He knows design, but there's a certain point where you can't out-design functionality. And that's where you're becoming. And you're going to become the Apple of the 90s. You don't want to remember those. That was the year Microsoft in the 90s had to bail your ass out. You guys are close to failure. You launched the Apple Newton. That was a complete, utter failure. So there, I'm a little pissed at Apple. Stop. Okay, here's the thing. My point about the 16 gigs. What I think is going on here. It's to me a big marketing thing. What they want me to do, they want to sell people 16 gig iPhones. People run out of space. People sign up for iCloud, thinking they get a lot more space than they ever thought they could, and then realizing I only get 5 gigs of iCloud for free with the 16. If you have a 16 gig device, you should get automatically 16 gigabytes of iCloud storage. That would combat the angry people like me with the whole 16 gig base models. I mean, I just bought a 200 gigabyte micro SD card for my Android tablet for $60. I paid $1,000 for this because I bought the 120 gig because I knew the iPhone 7 was not going to have a headphone jack, and I wanted the newer camera with the optical image stabilization built in. And this might be my last iPhone if that happens. There's no headphone jack. I just hope Android isn't a bunch of idiots and follows the lead of iOS, because that'd be stupid. They won't, hopefully. Come on, Android. Come on, Sony. I'll be back to you with the Z6. But, anywho, that's my first rant. Second rant today is Nintendo. I'm just a little pissed off at... They gotta get over their Japanese culture, because you know what? The Japanese don't understand the rest of the world. You guys are on a fucking island, literally. Physically, geographically. You're isolated in your own culture that is not like any other cultures. We're not commuter cultures out here. Where's your online? There is none. I sold my Wii U just 3 months ago, and I luckily got quite a bit of money because, you know what, all the games you buy digitally are saved digitally onto the console and linked to it. So, wouldn't it be nice to have an online account where I could tie all my digital downloads to and then download back onto any new device I buy? Oh, that'd be nice. That'd be modern. Should have been building your fucking online structure with the Wii. Nah, you sat in your asses, did nothing. Where's our Mario Bowling game still? That would have sold over 200 million total probably by now. Anyone that bought a Wii would have bought Mario Bowling if it was just like Wii Sports Bowling. I mean, if it would have been like, if you would have launched Mario Wii Sports Bowling, bam! My parents bought a Wii just for the Wii Sports. They would have bought it. I would have told them to, but what do I know? A guy that spends, $2,000, $3,000 a year in gaming alone. No, I'm not a consumer. Anywho, sorry, being a little petty there. Just a little annoyed. So yeah, I've given up on them in my gaming world. I'm a PS4 guy. Xbox One, if I eventually get one, we'll see. I'm on the fence. Very excited though for PSVR. It's honestly, in my opinion, will be the biggest success of the VRs right now. Oculus and Vive will do great with the hardcore PC gamer sect because they have the hardware already, but mom and pa aren't gonna go spend $1,500 on a full brand new computer if they don't already have one, and the VR units for their kid who might not be old enough to play it. So, I mean, Sony, they know the idea of having a base customer and the fact that you just add it on. But you got to see, I guess, quality of VR in it. The experiences will be really what dictated, but obviously, No Man's Sky will be probably ready for it on day one. That's my guess. Which, yay, No Man's Sky pre-orders June 21st. Vita, yeah, it's kind of dead right now. I mean, they killed the PS TV. I have one of those. It sits off and doesn't do anything, and I mean, they're obviously killing it off by having the fact that you can have remote play for PS4 on a Mac or PC soon here with 3.50 firmware. So I think that's huge. Other gaming notes, I've been playing, obviously played the hell out of Fallout 4. Already did the DLC Automatron. About 4 hours worth of gameplay if you really play it. Pretty cool. I mean, I'm like level 89, so anything I fight in the game, I play on normal difficulty. I don't mind being overpowered. And I didn't have any problems in any part of the game, the DLC. I do have so much junk I've crafted and stored, so I can make all the robots and all the cool parts. So, and finally, Division. I was so pissed off with Destiny about a year ago, and that's a whole different post altogether. But yeah, that sucked. I got trolled so bad by the Cryptarch for the first 6 months. When I get a fucking legendary engram, it better become a legendary fucking item, not a blue or green. Come on, man. I'm sorry, Bungie. You just totally mooched us for our money, and I'm done. So far, Division, though, it's been pretty cool. Quite a change, though, from my Fallout 4 playing to that, so. But yeah, I'm going to try to get myself into that game this week here and start building up my level and everything. What else? What else we got? I think that's about all I got for you guys tonight. Hopefully it wasn't too awkward again, and I didn't talk too fast, because I talk really fast. And I hope Apple gets its head out of its ass. Oh, lastly, one last Apple thing. All we need, you got to realize this sooner or later, because I told you already 3 years ahead of time, and you finally listened to me about the iPads and the mini iPads and everything. MacBook Air. You take your iPad Pro. You take a base of the MacBook Air. You leave all the innards in the bottom of that base. You make it like the Windows Surface Pro devices, where you have an iPad Pro with iOS running separately. When you pull it off, hit a button. Otherwise, when I attach it, I have full Mac OS 10 or the ability to boot camp into Windows 10. You gotta stop pretending like you're better than Windows, because you know what? You're still not in the environment, in the corporate environment. That is the biggest money, really, at times. I mean, people think consumer market's money. Yeah, it's money. But enterprise market is continual money with support agreements and all that good stuff, and large purchases. I mean, we spent over $2 million on laptops when we did our refresh at where I work. And yeah, that's a pretty good day for a rep that's selling us those. So yeah, make it convertible. Stop pretending like, I'm sorry, but the iPad as a tablet is, I feel like it's lived its life. It's going to keep selling, but it is, you got to move on, or else you're going to get so far behind. Microsoft has really, and Windows hardware manufacturers and computer makers have really upped their game with the convertibles and the 2-in-1s and all-in-ones designs. So give us a goddamn touchscreen. I have one, because, hang on. I have a touchscreen because I have a Android tablet. So let's see here. How can I do this to make it? My cable's a little short today. Sorry, guys. Here we go. So we'll open up. Wait, did that work? Oh, anywho. Sorry, bad demo. Nonetheless, touchscreens. Come on, do it. Convertibles. On that note, peace. Oh, I still have my Hue bridge that no one seems to want for free. It doesn't come with any lights, but it's free. If you want it, comment. Post, message me or something on Twitter or here or anywhere, and I'll send it out for free. I upgraded the version 2 bridge, so I have no need for this guy. Includes network cable, bridge, power cable. Alright, guys. Peace. Hope I didn't bore you too much or creep you. And on that note, peace out, geek out.